Hello, my name is Garret Wing. I'm a retired police lieutenant with the City of Miami Police Department, where I spent the majority of my career working in the canine unit as both a canine handler and a supervisor. I am now the owner and founder of American Standard Dog Training and DIYcanine.com, where we help both law enforcement canine handlers and civilian dog owners train their dogs to be the best that they can be. Today, I want to speak to you about illegal dog fighting and more specifically how it may be happening in your own jurisdiction, how illegal dog fighting can intersect cases you may already be working on, how brutal this crime is, and the penalties for those involved. Furthermore, we're going to talk about some of the signs to look out for when it comes to illegal dog fighting and how you can partner with your community to help stem this illegal practice that is still alive and well. Now, we haven't heard much about illegal dogfighting since way back in 2008 when it was in the limelight concerning Michael Vick, who was arrested and convicted and ended up spending 2 years in prison for his involvement in illegal dogfighting. But since then, we haven't heard much about it. But today, I want to let you know that illegal dogfighting is still alive and well, and again, could be happening in your own backyard. I'd also like to make you aware that when it comes to the illegal dogfighting, it often correlates with many other illegal activities, including narcotics trafficking, illegal weapons, and even human trafficking. So when it comes to targeting dogfighting, law enforcement can uncover and dismantle networks engaged in these crimes, which can enhance your community's safety. Next, let's talk about how you as a law enforcement professional might stumble across an illegal dogfighting ring during the course of your normal patrol work or a criminal investigation. So, for instance, when doing, say, a phone dump or a search warrant of a home or a business, or in the course of an interview or a wiretap, it's possible that you may uncover evidence related to an illegal dogfighting ring. Unfortunately, departments, no matter their size, do not often dedicate manpower towards addressing the specific criminal activity of dogfighting. Therefore, it goes unchecked, unchallenged, and often ignored. It is not the type of investigation most detectives are familiar with and often lays outside of their specific roles within their department. The point being, if you are working patrol, narcotics, gangs, or even homicide, you may be the first and only investigator to come across this information, and there may not be anyone in your department to pass this case off to. So I encourage you to not let these cases slip through the cracks, but instead use them as an opportunity to further your own case and potentially use it as an inroads into bigger cases that likely will involve narcotics trafficking, illegal firearms possession, and even violation of federal law. Now, under federal law, it is illegal not only to fight dogs in a venture that affects interstate commerce, but also to possess, train, transport, deliver, sell, purchase, or receive dogs for fighting purposes. So whether investigating illegal dogfighting is just your inroad into your investigation, a parallel criminal activity, the federal nexus that you need for additional funding, or just added ammunition to your case should your case go to trial in front of a judge or jury, I think we can all agree that for all of these reasons, illegal dogfighting is a serious crime that we need to pay special attention to. Next, I would like to discuss the brutality of this crime because most of us aren't aware of what's happening in these underground illegal dogfighting rings. First and foremost, the length of these fights is not just mere minutes. Sometimes these dogfights can last up to an hour or longer, and they usually only end one of two ways. One is if the dog is killed in the ring, or two, the fight is getting so bad it's inevitable that one of these dogs is going to get killed, so the owner of the dog will throw in a towel to try to rescue the dog. Now, by the time that dog is rescued, the injuries are so significant that these dogs are sometimes still put down. Now, the manner in which they're put down is never humane. They are not taken to a vet because the vets are very aware of this and would notify law enforcement. So the veterinary care that is offered to these animals is not happening at a vet's office. It's going to happen in someone's home or in the back of somebody's van. Furthermore, it's not just one dog fight that's happening at these events. It's typically an entire day or an entire weekend in which dozens and dozens of dogs are pitted against each other, resulting in the death of dozens and dozens of dogs. Furthermore, when they do post-mortem examinations of the dogs that are killed in this sport, it is not uncommon to find that these dogs are injected with steroids, cocaine, and even methamphetamines to try to improve their chances at winning in this sport. Now, the sad part is, even if these dogs are rescued from these circumstances, the chances of them being rehabilitated back into normal society or being adopted by a loving family is slim to none. The mental and physical trauma that these dogs endure is sometimes too much for them to get over, and they end up being put down anyway. So, very sad state of affairs. Now I'd like to shortly discuss some of the penalties that exist for criminals who partake in this illegal activity. Now, the penalties for illegal dogfighting can vary widely depending on the jurisdiction and the specific charges involved. However, generally, dogfighting is considered a felony in all 50 states and under federal law, with potential penalties including imprisonment, substantial fines, and probation. The length of prison time can vary from 1 year to more than 10 years depending on the severity of the offense, prior convictions, and whether interstate commerce was involved. Additionally, individuals convicted of dogfighting may also face animal ownership bans, mandatory counseling, and restitution for the care of seized animals. Now, here are some signs to look for as a law enforcement professional should you come across an illegal dogfighting ring. There are several indicators of dogfighting activities, including the presence of dogs with multiple scars, dogfighting pits, canine-related equipment including cages, dog treadmills, and makeshift training devices like weights and sleds that you may come across in someone's basement or in a backyard. An unusually large quantity of pit bulls or other bully type of breeds being kept in one location, especially if they appear neglected, emaciated, locked in cages, or tied up on chains. Now, should you come across any of these warning signs, I would encourage you to investigate further to determine if there is in fact any illegal dogfighting happening on the premise. Last but not least, I think it's important that we not only educate, but continue to partner with the folks in our community, make them aware of these types of crimes, and let them know that you want to know about it. Because again, these types of things are not happening in isolation. They're happening in people's backyards. They're happening in people's basement. So neighbors are going to be made aware, and they might be the first to know about it. And it's important to let them know that you want to know about it, because they're going to help to amplify your message and be the eyes and ears in the neighborhood so that we can help to put a stop to these types of crimes. In closing, I'd like to thank you for your time in watching this video, and I hope that we've been able to educate you a little bit and maybe shed a little bit of light on what's been an underground illegal criminal activity that's been going on for hundreds of years. But again, it's still prevalent. It may be in your jurisdiction. And now that we've had this discussion, I hope that should you come across it, you're now more well informed and have a better idea of what you can do, what part you can play in helping to combat this illegal criminal activity that, again, is still alive and well today. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.